Hi, everybody. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. It's not cute not knowing. I go by the name of Ginger, and we always start with a hug because we're going through this pandemic. We just need to come. How you guys doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for checking in. I don't even know where to start. There's so much. We're going to start by Serena Williams. It's her 24th title that she's going on when she does the U.S. Open. I can't read my own handwriting. Tupac Shakur would have been 49 had he had lived. When the NBA returns, they'll be in Orlando, Florida. Happy birthday, Paul McCartney. He's 78 years old. I like how you guys pick up on stuff. Let's start with Tyler Perry. He's gracing the cover of People magazine. In an open essay, he writes about the world in which he would like his son to live in. He said, "We must never give up," as he addresses all the racial injustice that's going on. The family of Rayshard Brooks, he's paying for that funeral that's going to be taking place soon, and he's really like stepping up. I don't think out of pressure, because one thing that you'll know about Tyler Perry, he's a man who cares. He is a man. He does not need to be called out because Tyler Perry cares. Issa Rae is going to be teaming up with Bette Midler and Sarah Paulson for an HBO comedy all about the pandemic. From New York to Los Angeles, how, scenes where people are living, how they're getting along, but that's going to air on HBO in September. It goes from politics to the pandemic. It's called Coastal Elites. I was just telling you guys the other day, they're going to do a movie on Arthur Ashe. Tennis grade, only African-American male to do Wimbledon, U.S. Open, Australian Open. Somebody to face his statue of Virginia. Don't do that. Putting White Lives Matter. Don't do that. Don't. Really? They still going to do the damn movie, so really? Raven Simone is a married woman. She married her girlfriend in a beautiful backyard ceremony. The That So Raven star seems at peace and seems very happy with the woman that she married. Supermodel Beverly Johnson, we told you the other day how mean Anna Wintour was to her. Beverly Johnson made history back in the day, being the first African-American female to grace the cover of Vogue. Well, she's saying that they should have better hiring practices at the top people who own Vogue and magazines, and they need to have better hiring practices. I'm telling you, they're gonna get Anna. They're gonna get Anna out of there, and they're gonna use the ageism thing on her. Bold and Beautiful. Any fans of the soap opera? Brooke and Ridge and Steffi and Bill. They're back to work already. Okay, they're back. They're setting the standards because Hollywood is slowly opening up. How do you do sex scenes? How do you do the sex scenes? You get some sex dolls. You really can't do a soap opera, especially like Bold and Beautiful, and not have any sex scenes. So what they have come up with, they're going to use sex scenes for some of the scenes, and they're going to use the actors' spouses for like some kissing scenes and things like that. They're saying the show goes on, all the safety measures, precautions, COVID-19, sex dolls. You just get sex dolls. Now, speaking of soap operas, the 47th annual Daytime Emmys are going to air Friday, June 26th on CBS, and the ladies of the talk are hosting. Eve and Cheryl Underwood and Marie Osmond, Carrie Anaba, Sharon Osbourne. They're going to be hosting, of course, because of social distancing. They can't do what they normally do. So it'll be held virtually, but the show goes on. 47th Annual Daytime Emmy Awards, Friday, June 26th. Any fans of the Smurfs out there? Smurfs are about 35 years old, maybe. Yeah, around that. Papa Smurf, the Smurfettes, they're all coming back, courtesy of Nickelodeon. Cream of Wheat. Now they got to do their rebranding. I told you guys they were get Miss Butterworth. They're going to snatch her up. They got Aunt Jemima yesterday. Cream of Wheat, the makers of it, saying that they're going to do rebranding of the packaging because of the racial themes. Father's Day is Sunday. 2 specials I want to tell you about. John Legend, he's doing one for ABC. And Apple TV is doing one. Bryce Howard is the daughter of Ron Howard, and she's put together fathers and their experience. Celebrity dads, just regular, normal dads. Apple TV is going to be unveiling this. Some of the dads include Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Will Smith, Kenan Thompson. Apple TV is going to be presenting it. It's a documentary simply called Dads. K. Michelle. I personally do not like her because I interviewed her twice, and these interviews, they were garbage. I never want to interview her again. During my years of being radio and doing interviews and interviewing people, I'm not putting up with anybody's nasty behavior. You have a product to push. I don't have a product to push. You got to push your product. So I'm not going to deal with the nuttiness. Twice with this woman. I said, not interviewing her no more. I don't know if she's looking for attention. She's trying to start up something with Tamar. I hope Tamar ignores it. But you know, Tamar, knee-jerk, she reacts. K. Michelle's out of here saying that Tamar was sleeping with Jermaine Dupri's father. She's trying to get a rise at Tamar. The helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and 7 other people. They're saying that the pilot ignored the warnings not to fly. The weather conditions that day were bad. You got to think, a lot of fog, you can't see. They say he ignored it. There is going to be even more lawsuits flying all around, just flying all around. I do a podcast, everybody. I've been podcasting for about 4.5 years, and I'm a baby boomer, and I surround myself with millennials, Gen X, men, women. I love conversation. I think it's important to have. You can learn so much. Millennials, Gen X, we may all think different, but it's good to have it. So this week, we talk about Black Lives Matter. And does Black Lives Matter in many communities where it's black on black crime? The conversation got a little heated. Conversation was fascinating because it talked about systematic racism and things like that. It was a good conversation. I want you to check it out. Where can you find it? On Apple Podcast. Download the iHeartRadio app. It's #1 in podcasts, and it's free. And you can find us on SoundCloud. It's Patty and the Millennials, the podcast that I've been doing. We're getting back on our feet. You know, we took a little break because of the pandemic, but it's like, we got to get back to work. I want to shout out to ABC News reporter Adrienne Bankert. I had a chance to interview her this morning, and she has a book, Your Hidden Superpower, and she talks about kindness. During this time that we're living in, and people need optimism and hope. And I say, like, sometimes if we just be kind, yes, it can be hard. You're going to meet some really nasty people out here. But how do you keep that up and encourage others? This book is fascinating. I really enjoyed this conversation with her. And I said, who knew that the world would be the way that it is? And she wrote this book, which is very timely. So if you're looking for something to read, they also have an audio version of it. Your Hidden Superpower, where you kind of feel like a superhero. And it's a message about kindness. I always like to say, you never know what someone is going through. When a lot of people come at you with anger or meanness. I got to tell you, when I first started this, them trolls, they tried. I would snatch them up in a nice way. But you never know what somebody is going through. What makes someone so miserable, angry, mean? What's going on that you just got to push that off on other people? Kindness. It's so important. The book, y'all, Adrienne Bankert, Your Hidden Superpower, a message of kindness if you like looking for something to read. It's not cute not knowing. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. We like to get you in the gear and get you in the know with the different things that's going on. Thanks so much for joining us. If you like the channel, subscribe, tell a friend, leave a comment. If I heart you, that means that I did see you. I got to make y'all laugh. And I knew better. And if my son had seen me say Chloe versus Halle, he would have strangled me. We just listened to the album the other night, Chloe and Halle. But I answered the woman. I was like, look, I'm thirsty. I'm doing so many reports at different times, and everything is like, it's life. It's like that sometimes. Thanks so much for joining us. I really do appreciate you guys taking time to let me be a part of your life. I'm your auntie of pop culture. I'm Patty Jackson.